that was donated to the museum, and most of the stuff that came out of explosions and fires. So here's an example of one of the things I had that burnt in explosions. Fire was burnt there, showing that explosion. Okay. But over the years, we've been mining coal for 250 years, but over the years there's a lot of explosions that we had in the mines. Things does happen. Yeah. And in the mines, not only this place, but here in mines were spooky too, down underground. Yes. But some of the artifacts out here, like came out of explosions and fires and stuff like that, and the old legs and that, we have some legs and that in behind there, down here. So, any other questions you'd like to ask? Okay. In 1964, I want to give a sample of the Miners Museum. There's a well-known woman from Grace Bay who spearheaded this whole project to get a museum started. Her name was Nina Cohn. She said, in the near future, we are not going to have a mine here, so let's get prepared for it, and let's get a museum started. So a mile away from the town of Glace Bay, 15 acres of land was donated to the woman. They formed their own board of directors here, and hired 5 ex-coal miners on. And these miners went down here, and they took 3,000 tons of coal out of here to get a museum started. And the coal was sent to the power plant at Seaboard, and the money was put towards the museum. In no time, it was completed by 1967. Our centennial year, our 100th birthday in Canada. And over the years, I've been here 23 years myself, probably 15,000 people go to the museum all over the year, from all over the world, I should say. And they're amazed what they see down below. And like I said, 250 years of mining coal way back then. And like I said, coal mines, most dangerous occupation in the world.
Takes a special kind of person.
Some of these places 5, 6, 7 miles out there, probably more than that. And it's 2,700 feet below the floor. So one way in, one way out some places. You never know when something can happen underground. Explosions, and a lot of miners lost their lives to get this coal to the surface. And well, I still burn coal. In the early years of mining, coal was taken out of these mines for not only Nova Scotia Power, but to burn at your home, to heat your home and to cook with. And I still heat my home with coal. I have oil too, but majority miners would burn coal.
A lot of people in Lake Space still use coal, don't they?
Yes, oh, a lot. There's still a lot of time. Yes. And it's like kind of messy now, but it's cheap. Like that. And coal was just discovered here in 1672 by a French explorer. And how he done that? He was sailing his boat just offshore out here, and from the side of the man's boat, he had his binoculars looking over the side. He noticed the coal that was protruding from the side of her cliffs out here. If you went down along the bank, you could see small crops of coal popping up from the side of the cliff. And so they started taking the coal there, and by 1720, the first coal mine was set up here in Fort Morin, worked by the French soldiers from the fortress. And that's how they used to heat in the fortress of Louisbourg up back in 1720 with the coal that they took from the side of the cliff out there. And like I said, myself, I had 23 years, and I worked in 4 mines. An explosion I was in 79, which I carried the bodies out. But I was also in a fire. But there are things. When I started in the mines, when I went to the washes, scariest time I ever got, I'd see men, probably 800 men, getting ready to go underground. And miners dropped their hook down and changed from their street clothes into their pit clothes. A lot of these miners had missing a leg. They dropped their thing. They had 2 legs, one for to get to the wash house, one to drop it down to use them underground. And miners with 1 leg. My dad lost his arm. He used a hook underground. But that was something. You see fellas' fingers missing and legs missing. And that's so dangerous. So easy, something happened down there. So this is our cage, and this is where we keep all our artifacts, which we have plenty of them from 1720. Some of these artifacts they have here. So guys, are we all ready to go underground?
Yes, we are.
Okay, let's go down.